All right, today I want to talk about credit scoring. I know, pretty exciting stuff, but if you are going to get a home loan, you probably need to know a little bit about it. So I'm going to go into the basics of it a little bit and then probably a few of the details as far as what goes into a credit score and how it's determined. So let me talk about the basics. So first thing is there's three credit bureaus. There's Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. And if you're going to get a home loan, we're going to pull all three bureaus. And we are going to have to do a hard hit. There's really no way around it. We do have to do a hard hit for all three bureaus. And what we use is the middle of those three scores. That's what we call your credit score. And that's how we're going to determine A, what interest rates you get, and B, if there is PMI involved, how much you'll have to pay for PMI. So those are the basics, okay? A little bit more about credit scoring. So first of all, nobody knows exactly how a credit score is figured, but there is an algorithm that's pretty similar between all three bureaus. And there are a couple of things that we do know about that. So first of all, there's five main factors that go into a credit score. The first one being your late payments or making payments on time. That's the most important thing you can do, okay? The second one, though, is just almost as important, and that's the ratio of how much you owe on a credit card to the limit on that credit card. So keeping your credit card balances low when compared to the limit is almost as important as just making payments on time. Third thing that goes into credit scoring is that they want a mixture. They don't want you to have just 5 credit cards and nothing else. They don't want you to have just 5 installment loans and nothing else. They want you to have a mortgage, a couple installment loans, and then a couple of credit cards. They want a good mixture of credit. Fourth thing that goes into them is the length of credit history, how long you've had credit history. You know, if you've had credit history for longer, and especially if it's good credit history, your credit scores are going to be higher. Fifth thing that they do is inquiries, recent inquiries. So people often get worried when we run their credit, and with good reason, because the more often your credit gets run, the lower your credit scores can go. They all then ask us, are we going to have to do a hard hit? And the answer to that is yes, we do have to do a hard hit if you do want to get a home loan. So you don't want a bunch of people running your credit. However, what does happen is that over a 14, and it's different for each bureau, but let's just use 14 to 30 day time frame, they allow your credit score to be pulled by multiple people in the same industry. And they only count that as one inquiry. So if I pull it and then somebody else pulls it tomorrow and then somebody else pulls it the next day, and it's all in the mortgage industry, it's only going to count as one inquiry. So those 3 pulls will not hurt you. It'll only, again, count as one. So hopefully that helps a little bit. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to reach out. Have a great day. Bye-bye.